What's up, bicycling friends? We're here today to introduce the latest addition to our staff, Gabby, who is our mechanic and maintenance and repair editor?
I think that's what my official title is.
What are job titles, right?
I don't know.
We're gonna play a this or that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you two things.
Okay.
Just gut reaction, you gotta pick one.
Fair.
So first one, this or that, class or speed?
Class or speed? My mind went into three different places. Speed.
Intervals or sessions?
Intervals.
Breakaway or sprint?
Breakaway.
Low socks, tall socks?
I'm short enough. Short socks.
Short socks?
Tall socks make me look shorter.
Socks over or under leg warmers?
I'm conflicted on this one. Strictly from an aesthetic standpoint, I think that socks should go underneath just to keep the lines looking crispy and clean as you...
What if you're wearing like black leg warmers and white socks and then you have that little like rim, you know, at the bottom and it just looks like you have really...
I get it.
Yeah.
It just looks like you have like a Coca-Cola can at the bottom of your legs.
Yeah. Scar or metal?
Scar, for sure.
Drop bar or flat bar? You gotta
Drop
pick
bar.
one.
Drop bar.
Okay.
Drop bar.
Components or frames?
Frames. Frames to me are timeless. Like you can have a really cool relationship with a frame builder and just update the drivetrain or this, that, the fourth.
Yeah, it's kind of like the building block, right? Like it's the base.
Yeah.
Mechanical or electronic?
Mechanical all day. It feels right. It's just, if you've ridden on a bike for a while, you know, you kind of want that simplicity at least.
Metal or composites?
That's a hard one.
I get asked questions all the time
That's
in this
messed
job,
up.
right?
Yeah.
And people are like, what about this or this? And my answer, the short answer, right, is always, it depends.
Yeah,
But I have a preference. And that's what I'm asking you for. I'm just asking for your preference, right? Like it doesn't, I'm not saying if you pick one over the other, you're forever condemning the other one to the scrap heap.
I hope not.
Just give me.
People, please be easy on me.
Please
be easy.
Gut reaction, metal or composite?
Metals. Metals lend themselves to unique experiences, whereas composites are gonna give you the same profile of an experience rather.
Yeah. Experience or results?
Experience. Experience triumphs results every day.
Trainer or rollers?
I think rollers just for the pure fun of it. Even thinking about a trainer, my legs hurt.
Fair.
My back is just fired up right now.
Heritage or technology?
Heritage. I think tech's cool. There's a lot of things that are not necessarily known about it or what the end result is, but you can absolutely push history. You can push a gravel bike that's technically a mountain bike from the 90s, or you can take a frame that's, you know, made by a certain builder and ask them to do something else with it. They know how to do it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of history. Big fan of it.
All right, last one. Tan lines or sunscreen?
Tan lines.
All right, fair.
Tan lines. You got to show some leg.
Can't argue with that, honestly.
I've got some questions for you.
I'm gonna say this is unexpected. You did warn me ahead of time, but this was unexpected because I was just planning on doing the asking.
I think that people also want to know some things.
All right, fine.
Pizza or pasta? Yes.
I'm gonna say pasta.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
As big of a variety as you can have with pizza, there is more of a variety with pasta. There's like, you know, those like 5 words that I never want to hear, but we had pasta yesterday.
Grand tours or one-day races?
One-day races.
Sick. Okay. Socks over or under?
If I had to pick one, I would say over.
Okay.
But the reality is it's one of those things where if I'm going out and I'm gonna take my leg warmers off, then definitely over. Like if it's a day that starts cool, it's gonna get warm. But if it's a day where I'm keeping my leg warmers on the whole day, I'll just wear my socks over.
Disc or rim brake?
My heart says rim. I still have a rim brake road bike. I have a rim brake cross bike. I love how light those bikes are, how fun they are, how clean they are. But the reality is like I don't actually want to ride them.
So we're going disc on this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
scratch that one out.
It's one of those things where at the end of the day, function trumps form for me.
For sure, yeah.
We can have all kinds of philosophical debates about rim or disc brakes, but disc brakes just work better. I'm sorry, they just do.
Okay. E-bike or track bike?
E-bike, 100%. An e-bike is infinitely more useful.
For sure.
In so many different ways. I think e-bikes are probably the greatest tech advance in cycling in a very, very long time. I would take e-bikes over Di2. I would probably take e-bikes over disc brakes, although you really want good disc brakes on an e-bike.
Giro of Vuelta?
Oh, Giro.
Giro?
100%.
Okay.
I mean, as cool as the Vuelta is, like, I actually got to watch a Giro stage in Italy, and it's just like, I mean, just being in Italy and riding bikes in Italy is amazing. I mean, riding bikes in Spain is super cool. I feel like it would be a very different discussion if I was from Europe, but as an American, there's just something about the Giro that is like romantic and old school and beautiful.
It's all of those things kind of nestled into one.
Whereas the Vuelta is like the like crazy little brother.
Yeah.
You know, where like anything goes and like it's fun to watch. But like if right now you were like buy a ticket to one, I would go back to the Giro. I mean, part of it is just the food.
Okay.
Like, Italian food's amazing.
Flanders or Roubaix?
Flanders.
Whoa, I was not expecting that one.
The cool thing about Flanders that is not the cool thing about Roubaix is that Flanders proved time and time again that different people can win Flanders. Like
True.
Tadej gave it a real honest go last year. Nibali has been in breakaways at Flanders. Like Flanders is one of those races where like it feels more open, whereas like Roubaix, it is brutal.
Yeah.
But it really only suits one kind of rider, and I just love that unpredictability of Flanders.
That is 100% both of those races like distinguished in their uniqueness, and I was surprised, especially coming from a cross background. Roubaix did not.
I'm more excited for Flanders every year. I'm more excited to see how it plays out, what the outcome is. Maybe it was a little different for people a little bit older than me, but Flanders was, I think, the first race I saw on TV as well. I think for a lot of Americans, Roubaix or the Tour might have been one of the first races they saw, and I think those are so different, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think one appealed to the other, and I think people fell in love with Roubaix as the classic.
Wout or MVDP?
Wout.
Ah, sweet.
Mathieu. I don't want to mispronounce his name. I mean, it's not Matthew. He is so talented and so powerful and so raw, and there's something really cool about that. Wout is like the coach's son. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Like Wout is meticulous, he's not flashy, he's a hard worker, and like they appeal to two different kinds of personalities.
100%,
it's like definitely like this weird litmus test of who you are, depending on which rider you prefer.
It's 100% a personality test.
The way Wout rides, he's more strategic. He's not the kind of guy that goes on a breakaway because he's cold.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? He's the kind of guy that dresses for the weather.
And he's gonna launch his missile when he's ready, and
and
good luck hanging on.
Yeah, I think so. And we're just so lucky to get to watch both of them.
Facts. End of day. In that same excitement, Jonas or Poggi?
Poggi.
Really?
Jonas he was a surprise. I like him. He seems like a really genuine, quiet, like down-to-earth guy.
Okay.
It's just hard not to enjoy Poggi. If you look at his Instagram, like who he follows on Instagram is just meme accounts, basically. Yeah. Like the kid clearly is like, has a sense of humor, isn't sweating it.
Yeah.
And you gotta love a rider that's just willing to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Flanders. Why not?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a Tour contender, but I'm gonna race Flanders. I'm gonna race the classics. I'm gonna like try and win everything. Jonas, I wanna see like what he does now that he is a Tour winner and like is a star, like what else he does.
Interesting hot take here, guys. SRAM or Shimano?
Shimano.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with SRAM necessarily.
Just your preference. There's no issues here.
It depends.
Just your knee jerk. Your knee jerk is fine.
Yeah.
Red Hook Crit, bring it back or leave it?
Bring it back.
Cool. That's the right answer there.
I don't know if it's possible to bring it back, but that would
Mr. Trimble, you heard it.
That would be my preference.
Please and thank you.
Just so I can go. I don't want to. There's no amount of money that you could pay me to race it.
Yeah, no way.
But I would want to go.
Okay, these last two are going to be a little hard.
All right.
Eurocross or American Cross? And this is for the record coming from an American Cross champion.
I guess Masters 30 plus counts.
Right? Yeah, it does. Absolutely does. It's legitimized.
Wow, I never thought I'd have such a hard time. I'm gonna go Eurocross though.
All right.
It's cutthroat, it's brutal, there's no participation awards. There's drama. Those racers go hard.
Yeah, the real races of Europe. Okay, last one here for you. Pratt or Richard Sachs?
Oh, easy, Richard.
Right, there it is.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Max is a great builder, but I think you just have to do it for a long time. They've both done a lot for me and they've both helped me out a lot, but Richard has supported me for like a decade.
They're both wonderful frame builders, both of them you've ridden obviously, and I just threw that in there as a sneaky try to throw you off. On a side note here, I've heard that, do I have it here? Where did I put it? I hear that you are a big fan of Welch's Fruit Snacks. Is this the case?
That is the case.
Okay.
Yeah. Before you ambush me with anything else, edible or not, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
We're stoked to have you.
Thank you so
great
much.
For you to be here. We're excited. If you all have more questions or comments about anything we talked about, I know there was a lot of hot takes, feel free to let us know. Buttery flaky crust.
Buttery flaky crust.
Do you remember that commercial?
Yeah, buttery flaky crust.
All right, sorry. I'm just gonna